and welcome to Lee Bailey's EURweb. My name is Rick Hazell. Today we speak with actor Edwin Hodge about his evolving character in FBI's Most
Okay.
Wanted.
Edwin, good morning and thank you for talking to us at EURweb. I hope all is going well.
It is indeed, brother. How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. Well, let's go ahead and jump right into it. I know we don't have that much time. So we're going into season 2 of FBI's Most Wanted. And this is where the sizzle hits the pan, so to speak. What can we expect from your character as far as growth? Uh, Either along the story arc or unexpectedly in this upcoming season.
Yeah, this being my second season on the show here. This second season of season 5 here. You know, Ray's on a path of discovery himself. Personally, he's got this budding relationship with Cora and her son. And how he's trying to navigate that while at the same time being a field agent here. We find him at the beginning of this season, kind of in lockstep with a situation with his father. A past case comes up to kind of bite him in the butt, and now Ray Jr. has to come in and kind of save the day. But I think we're just going to see a lot of growth from Ray. We're going to see a lot of decision making, sacrifices, and just your daily evolution of who you are as a person, who we are as people. Yeah.
Now, what is it about these sorts of shows and these types of stories that continue to resonate with audiences?
So I feel, especially with shows like FBI, and even the Law and Orders in the Chicago
Hmm.
Fire, things of that nature. A lot of it's grounded in reality. These are stories that are either picked from headlines or your local news that maybe people have never heard of before. We might hear about it in the outside world or whatnot, or when the situation's like really, really amplified, but we never hear about the smaller cases or the cases that don't make, headline news. So in that sense, I think it resonates with everybody because it's real in a sense,
Hmm.
right? It's scary to think we actually live in this kind of world where people are doing these crazy things, but at the same time, it is education as well as it is, entertaining. Like, this
Yes.
is real world stuff going on.
Yes.
We want to bring you a show. We want you to laugh and be intrigued and educate and whatnot. But, you know, for those who really understand the crux of what this is, like,
Hmm.
your next door neighbor could be a bomber,
Could be.
right? So it's
Mhm.
like that really taps into the psyche of a lot of people.
Mhm.
And for me, my career, that was my one objective, is to
Mhm.
just make sure I tell stories that people can actually resonate with and identify with, whether it's character building, world building. Um, that's what Dick Wolf in general does. Yeah, he
Okay.
doesn't play games like that.
Every space I search for he's dead.
Maybe you haven't looked hard enough.
I'm closing the space.
I think we can find him.
Humans have never fully been in control.
She's not Vanessa!
We can't exist in the same space. My son.
Another thing that's very interesting to me, and that's parallel. Personally, I love seeing brothers dealing with sci-fi stuff with aliens and
Yeah.
parallel universe and AI and robots. Yo, tell me about you and your brother's upcoming film and what that process was about.
Yeah, so Parallel, starring my brother, the amazing Danielle Deadweiler. It's a story about loss, pain, redemption. We find this woman in a world of grief, and she doesn't know how to get out of it. Her husband doesn't know how to get her out of it, and the brother-in-law is kind of just along for the ride. He's trying to be whatever support structure he can, but in the midst of all of this, she finds herself transversing different multiverses here. She leaves out to the forest and she comes back, and her husband and her brother-in-law aren't her husband and her brother-in-law, and that's where it kind of takes off. So yeah, it was a story that I was very much keen to, because I love dealing with parallel spaces. I love dealing with multiple personalities. The idea of being able to play multiple personalities. But yeah, it was a fun ride. We had a great producing team. And this is our first film under the Hodge Brothers umbrella. So
okay, that's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah. So we just wanted to make sure that we can at least prove that we can get a film from start to finish out there, and hopefully garner some more work after that. But we had fun with this. It's a story of triumph, a story of love, and sacrifice. What are you willing to sacrifice? What are you willing to actually do to obtain your peace and happiness again? And that's the journey of Vanessa throughout the film. And my brother's character and I, we kind of just help her navigate all of that.
Okay. So speaking of which, what is it like working with your brother, not only on screen, because I understand that you had also written and directed Parallel, or am I?
Written and produced. Yeah.
Written and produced.
Yeah,
Okay.
written and produced it. So I'd been working with my brother off and on since the beginning of our career. Even when we're not like physically working together, we're working together in a sense that, there'll be times where he'd have some questions about whatever gig he had, and I'd answer them to the best of my ability, and then vice versa. So we've always had, along with our brotherhood, we've always had like a working relationship, a supporting working relationship. But working with him is just, I learned a lot from him. We're very different actors, and he has this intensity that he brings to a lot of his characters that, man, it's just, I just love it. His eyes and whatnot. He uses his body differently.
His face is very expressive.
Yeah, it's very expressive.
His forehead is furrowed, and like his eyes. Like, he's very fiery.
Then Danielle Deadweiler, same thing with her. She has amazing, just bold, engaging, deep eyes, and her talent, her talent is through the roof. So there was no missing the mark with those two. But working with my brother is fun. It's a family business. My mom and sister are also part of the production company. So yeah, man, we just, we're trying to make a name for Hodge Brothers Productions, the Hodge family in general. And this is our first step.
All right. So what can we expect next for either Hodge Brothers or Edwin as an individual?
Edwin as an individual is heavily in producer mode right now. I'm blessed to be on this show, and it's allowing me time to create, which is a blessing, like I said. But we have a lot of things coming down the pipe for Hodge Brothers Productions as far as animation is concerned.
Oh, wow.
We have some more African folklore sci-fi coming out for the world, and then some simple rom-coms, and your run-of-the-mill, just like let's have a good time stories. Our goal is to entertain and educate, aspire and motivate. Like that's what we want to do, and hopefully, like I said, with Parallel, this is the kickoff to that.